#1 Holy Grail Las Vegas dinosaur. Ha ha! That's right, folks. So today we have something very special to talk about. So this day and age, the old school retro games are extremely rare. And what are you gonna do with your stuff that's classic? First off, I would say if you're collecting, or if you have something that is really nice, you might want to seal it up because there's only one chance you get, and then it goes to the wind. So today we're covering something very special. We're covering Holy Grails is what they like to call it. Someone I like to mention a lot says that word a lot. Good old Retro Rick never stops saying it. However, I just said they were golden. That was my word, was golden. But they took it a step further and called it Holy Grails or Grails. This day and age, I had to find me a mint-looking copy of Nintendo Power. I have 4 Nintendo Power #1s, and the #1 Nintendo Power is exceedingly rare. So this is considered a grail. That's why I'm not touching it very much. So what I want to do is I'm going to tell you guys something very important and how to protect your video games, your rare stuff, and some of the best ways to find it on a good deal. So today I have in front of you the Nintendo Power #1 that is like mint condition. Now, I got this from eBay from a guy. I waited and I waited and I searched and I waited. All the copies of Nintendo Power #1 on eBay are like damaged or water stains or ripped or torn. And even with them being damaged, it's over $100 to $200 just for that. Just for this, it's over like $200. The shittiest copy out there is like $150 or $120. Okay, so I have 3 more of these. Okay, and mine, I'm looking at them. I'm going through all my totes, all my Nintendo Powers, and I see the one has a horrible front cover. And then the other one has a ripped back page. And then my other one has the map for Zelda torn out of it. Yes, I have that map. I found it. Not the greatest of conditions. It was a shitty map. It wasn't a full map. I was wondering, where did I get this map from? You know? So, I waited and looked around. Now, if you have this thing graded, it's going to be very pricey because the grading company is going to charge you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more depending upon the grade. If they give you a 9 or a 10 on your copy, there is a very, very good chance that they're going to charge you well over $1,000 for that, and maybe more, because they just gave you a premium grade. And they're going to charge you for a premium case and all that stuff. So the more you pay, the more it's going to cost, the higher the grade. And that's how it goes. So today, I found this a while back from a guy on eBay named Bad Larry. Now, his store on eBay is very small now. He sold off all of his stuff, but he sold this copy that was extremely rare to me for a very fair price. I was lucky to get it. It's not something, it was during a time when people weren't really buying anything. So that was the time. Sometimes the best times to buy deals off of eBay, like say there's bidding going on. I hate to drop the secret, and I shouldn't even do this because I know. Okay, so think about it. Someone sets a bid on there, and they're not very smart because they set a bid. Well, if you know anything about bidding wars, times like 4th of July or maybe Christmas, you know, those kind of times, people are not going to bid. They're not going to be busy about bidding to try to get something. Unless if they're sitting at their parents' house or something like that and they gotta buy this thing. So, I was able to find a damn near mint copy. This would grade anywhere from an 8 something to a 9.2 maybe, okay? So I would say, because there is a seam line in the center, a lot of the stuff when it comes to grading is they look at the actual back side here, which is really good condition, and then they look at the actual tips here, and so that's kind of bad, and so that brings the value down. All of my copies have the tips messed up, so but this is a lot better. So the other problems is up here. So those are the problems. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of indentation right here from like being in like a folder of some sort. But other than that, all the pages on the inside are white and mint, okay? And here is the actual poster. So the poster that's in there, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it be. But the poster was for the second quest, and you know, the second quest is very helpful, but everybody can find pictures. Now, another thing they look for when grading is this, your Nintendo Power card here, and there's another thing in here, your player's pole, which is mint condition without being bent. The other thing that Larry does not know is that this copy is not worth as much, because when you look at it, there's some fading on the back, okay? And there's little impervious things, so it may be like graded at an 8, or it could almost, it's definitely higher than a 7.2 or higher than a 7.5 in my book. I would definitely give it closer to the 8 range. To get a 9, you're looking at something that's worth $5,000, you know. A 9 or a 10 is the highest number you can get. And so in this situation, they also give you a thumbs down, okay, if you don't have the original shipping sticker on there. So, yeah, believe it or not. So, whoever ordered it, like my copy actually said Greg and my address on there. And this was like a store copy, because I don't see any indentation of any kind of sticker being on there. And that's where they would ship it to you, with that on the sticker. They didn't even send these sealed. So, whenever you get it graded, if it doesn't have that sticker that says who it was sent to, don't even bother, because they will give you a thumbs down on that. Yes, they want the sticker to be there, like it was officially shipped to you. But this was a store-bought copy, so I'm not too sure why that would even matter. But that was something the grading company had said. Didn't have the official sticker that was for shipping on it. For some reason, they're counting that, and I don't know if that degrades it or what, but they said something that degrades it, so whatever, right? So, you want to keep your stuff in good condition, right? So it's actually really easy to do that. This day and age, when it comes to Holy Grails, or golden, I always say golden, but whatever, Retro Rick. You can actually get a lot of protector stuff, okay? And it's on eBay, it's on Amazon, it's everywhere. So you can see that these protector sleeves, like this one here is really cool because I leave the film on it, but this one here actually has an actual pull kind of seam. You can see the line in it, and it can actually come off of there, and I can't even get it off of there because I'm wearing gloves. So I'm pretty sure this is the side, but this is like pull, and you can pull it, and it's a seam right there, and having that can make it more clear. But I leave the plastic all together on there no matter what, you know. So you can actually get covers on Amazon, on eBay, on the internet, and they can actually fit the games in them. Okay, so you can actually put your games in there. And something from back in the day that I like to talk about is I really like how Game Gear, some of their Game Gears came in plastic containers. Game Gear or Game Sega came in plastic, but this is a remade container because this isn't an original, but this is a company here, if I can even get the damn thing open. The company, and I've shown them before, so it says customgamecases.com in there. So customgamecases.com, and it's got their little symbol right there of like some sort of fox or a wolf, I don't know what the hell. But anyways, I've covered them before. This is not the original case for the game, but I like how it's presented, and I always liked how Nintendo always came in cardboard or paper, and some of the Game Gear or some of the actual Sega games, they came in a plastic case, and that's extremely rare. But when it comes to holding some of your old games, this was how I used to do it for a long time. I took all my boxes and put my boxes away, and then, you know, I put these in the old-fashioned Nintendo cases, the rental cartridge things. So I bought a ton of these rental cartridge things from, you know, like stores and Blockbuster and stuff, and that's how I got so many of these. And I got a ton of these. Unfortunately, all the games are going back in their original boxes. So these plastic things, and I've got a lot to cover here, but trust me, stay with me, you're gonna love it. So these plastic things are great and all, but there's a guy that I met on eBay. I didn't think it existed, right? So he gave me something unbelievable, right? So he sent me this thing. It's freaking huge, right? And literally, he has every case imaginable. Every freaking case imaginable. So you name it, and this is what you need to listen to me about. This right here. There's so many different ones that I have in a collection. Massive to protect your game consoles. He's even got protectors for the minis. He's got protectors for the minis, every game system ever made. He can even make you ones for your games. And his eBay site is Retro Productions. He also has Facebook and other ways of getting a hold of him. So I would suggest you guys hit him up. Retro Productions has amazing, and I am going to be getting a lot more. You can put PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Nintendo 64, all sizes, and he's constantly restocking because so many people are buying these. And you might see him at convention centers for video games, Retro Productions, and he sells these things like crazy to protect your video game console boxes and everything. So that's really what you need to do. When it comes to like Holy Grail games, this in my opinion is considered a Holy Grail. The collector's edition one is as well. This game right here, this Might and Magic game for Nintendo, is worth quite a bit of money, and I'm not too sure why. I bought it for $15. $15. Yeah, right now this is worth an arm and a leg. I don't understand why. And then I have my original Gemfire. I want to thank my dad. My dad had bought me this game from Far More for 20 bucks back when I was a kid. So we bought a couple of games, and this was one of them. And everything is in there. The plastic, the game, the manual. Gemfire goes for a ton of money. And I don't know why. Game sucks ass. And it says 4 megabit, not 8 megabit. I don't know why anybody would want that crap, you know? So, I'm just kind of letting you know. Some of the rare things. See, and another thing I wanted to point out is this is my original. So, my original Zelda, and this is an eBay bought one, which I did a video on a long time ago, and I still think this might be a recreated box, or this might be 2nd edition or 3rd edition. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, the it has a white stamp, and this one is original. It has the gray. So my original says Rev A. This says Rev A here, and I still don't understand why I have a 5-bolt Zelda as well. So there's a lot of different things, but one thing that we do need to cover here is, say you have a Nintendo Power that you really want to keep, and if you got any Nintendo Power number ones, you better damn well seal it up. So I'm going to bring this to your attention. Now, you can go on Amazon and get these top loader things that seal really good. These are actually pretty good. And they seal, and they're more, you know, flexible and stuff, but they have the sides that protect. The sides are hard on this to protect, you know, your comic book or whatever. However, though, this will not do it for a number one, okay? Because it's too flexible, as you can see, okay? So, you know, there's a lot of different stuff out there, but what you're looking for is an acrylic case or a plastic case that seals magnetically, and that's what this is. So this right here, it fits, it pops up right here. So you kind of pop it up. Those are the magnets that you see. It pops up, and then you slide it out. And that is where... Okay, so now I'm showing you the actual ones that you get for magazines. And there's comic book and magazine ones. This one here kind of fits full-size magazines, which you can use. And you can see that there is a seam across the top here where it comes in an actual plastic wrap that you can actually undo. And you could use it as an extra layer of protection if you're really into super protecting these things, right? So that comes off as a plastic sheet. And then as you can see here, it's just like the others, where you undo at the top with the magnet, and then you just pull right off, and then it'll actually fit your other magazines. Now this one is not a custom case for the Nintendo Power. The Nintendo Power custom case, I have one of those. We're gonna put that in there. It's kind of like the ones that you get from video game graders and all of that, like, you know, some of the famous video game grading companies out there. But as you can see, this fits in there with extra room, which may be good, you know, as per se. And then you just take the top. It has these little teeth in there on both sides that fit in, and as you can see, it just fits right in and then magnetically seals on the top. And then boom, you've got a custom sealed acrylic case to protect your good condition magazines. So that one is perfect for magazines. And so the company that you're going to find this one for will be found on Amazon and on eBay. Now the eBay name is obviously not American, and they don't have a picture. So it starts with a Y. It'll be in the link or show. And this is probably what you'll see when you go to find this. It's not easy to find. So Amazon and eBay both have these hidden in there. Just depends on who sells it cheaper, right? So this is like the email where they say you could email to them. And I don't know, you know, that's like a company. But if you ask me, it's China selling other products on Amazon and eBay, and that's where you're going to find this. It's very hard to find people in America actually selling or making anything, okay? So as you can see, made in China. And then these are the dimensions of this box here. And 2 ways to display, magnetic magazine holder. And that's kind of what you're looking for, is something like that you can post up and have. So I wanted to show you that. As you can see, I'm going to size it up here for you. I was going to put comic books in here, but digging everything out is not easy yet. So that'll be a later video. But as you can see, the size difference for the comic books, there is like over an inch of difference there. Okay, So make sure you look for the right ones that you get. And this one here is by far thicker. Look at how thick that sucker is for the magazines. And it's made for like full-size magazines, you know, those magazines that you'd get like Cosmo or Playboy or just almost anything. So this, in my opinion, should just be a hair bit bigger so that way it'll fit Nintendo Powers, but that don't really matter, you know. This is specifically for my comic books that I've got that are signed. So these will not be let go easy. None of this will be let go easy. In fact, I'm probably going to put, since these things cost so much, you know, they're going for like around 50 bucks for two, you know. And since they cost so much, I'll probably only buy a few of them, and only for the signed ones. The other ones will stay in the plastic wrap, you know. Comic books seem to have lost its value. Right now, it's basically a big bump in video game stuff, and you're gonna see them selling like hotcakes on there. But there will be a big influx because there's a lot of collectors out there that they're gonna sell their stuff eventually, and they're gonna try to sell it for a high price. There's even a guy online that sells his whole collection for like $16,000, you know, and that's definitely what it would cost or more, if not more. You know, some people are going higher for their whole collections. Problem is, you got to really piece it out or part it out, because, you know, selling a whole collection is like selling a whole collection to a whole game collector or a rich person that's going to buy that. So, whenever you look at this stuff online, don't forget Amazon, eBay, all that. Also, before we go, I did like to note that whether it's magazine or comic book, you can actually hang these on the wall. They have little grips on there, as you can see, to hang on the wall. Or you can actually put a screw through here with a hook. You know, you could do 2 in 1 maybe to double hold it. But I'd rather go through here with like a nail that has a wide head to hold this top secure. It will not break. I mean, if you hit it hard or anything, it might, but this right here, magnets keep it sealed. So hanging it, I always worry, will that open up ever, you know? So maybe the magnets get weak. It seals pretty good on the sides and everything, but I'm not really up for hanging stuff like this in the living room. So just wanted to show you both of these will have ways to hang it. This works for your comic books and everything. And I have more of these cases of different sizes, so that's really a good deal. When you look at this though, this seals magnetically on the top, and the bottoms here, nice and solid and stays together, no air vents through there, and perfect. And you can find these guys on Amazon, and you can find other people on, you know, comic book shops will have these, as you can see, for comic books. So I have a signed #1 Wolverine by Stan Lee, and I have a Infinity War #1 signed by Stan Lee. And I'm not digging that shit out, but I am going to put these comic books in there. So the Stan Lee stuff, if it's signed, he would do a lot of signatures, and he's always like in Vegas, and that's how that kind of stuff happens. Literally, he doesn't announce it. You find him at comic book places. He's not like public, you know, he's not like, hey, I'm going to the convention center. However, sometimes I'm sure he did. He was always at the comic book stores. It was the most fucked up thing, Stan Lee. It's like, you gotta be shitting me. Stan Lee's here, and then boom. And that's exactly how Stan Lee did it. It was always at the comic book stores. And like, nobody knows where he is. It's just, that's where he goes. And so it's just like mall rats, you know, where they're in the mall and Stan Lee's in the mall signing, and they had no idea. That's how we stumbled across Stan Lee. So you know what I did? Bought me some copies and said, sign it. So, the other kind of holy grail stuff that I want to talk about is stuff like this. This right here can no longer be found anywhere. But there is a problem with this, is the battery inside of here. The battery could explode or expand because the batteries are old. Okay, so that's something that always worries me with this. They don't make these anymore. This has never been opened. This is factory sealed. And this, I think they need to go back to this right here. This right here for the Xbox 360, where the earpiece, you could hear the game, you could hear your party chat. This was perfect. It was Bluetooth wireless and hooked onto your ear, and you could easily chat and walk around the house, take a piss, cook you some food, all that. Me and Punisher did that all the time. And the fact that I found this in my box of Grails was amazing. Now, when it comes to these cases that I was talking about, they make them for everything. They make these for everything. And I mean Game Boy games, you're talking all Game Boy games, even Addams Family, you know, even in TurboGrafx 16. You can get them for everything, even just the cartridge itself. So don't be scared to buy them. They go anywhere from like 10 to 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 20 bucks. Depends on who you're getting them from. And these are very handy. That's why I want to get the word out there to let you guys know there's some things that are majorly important to hold on to. And if you're a collector or if you have stuff, you might want to go check your collection. If you have something that looks decent, put it in a plastic case container. I hate it whenever you buy something off of eBay and it doesn't even come with one of these, and yet they want 120 bucks or something, you know what I mean? Now this Addams Family right here, you can no longer find this online. If you do, it's probably $300+. I bought this a long time ago before the bullshit happened. The prices are doing nothing but going up, 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 up. I don't know why. I'm going to say this. When my generation dies, there's going to be an influx of fucking video games, okay? And that's going to bring down the market on what everything costs. So right now, the price of all this stuff is really high and is going to continue to shoot through the roof. But the problem is it's not going to last forever, because people like me that has all of this crap in their house, and I do play it from time to time, we're going to at some point sell it all. Probably when I'm like close to my deathbed, it's either given to the kid, passed down to the kid, or it's being sold. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to sell any of my stuff. I'd rather my own child have it. So if they inherit something like this, what the hell do you think that kid's going to do with it? Play it, respect it, own it, or keep it until she's older? That's the good question, everybody. So, you know, and you'll be long gone, so you won't know what happened to all your stuff. So, Nintendo Power number 1, Chris condition. Thanks, Bad Larry, but his eBay shop is very small. There's nothing left of it. He sold everything. I watched his shop just dwindle down. Now he's only got like t-shirts or something in there left. So the last thing is Retro Production on eBay. I'm telling you right now, he's got the game cases for your consoles. So even if you have a mini, and you played it a lot and the box ain't that great, go ahead and get you an actual protective cover for it, which I have done, but I haven't unboxed everything yet. But they're awesome. It's awesome. I mean, literally, he's got it for my TurboGrafx. He's got it for every console system. I bought some for my PlayStation 2s and all that. That way, if you resell it, it comes in a plastic sealed container to protect the box. That way, moisture, say you have water spray in your house or something, and something happens, you know, that's going to protect it a lot better than nothing. Okay, so that's a starting point there. Now to actually get something graded in a graded type case like this right here, this is like a grading case. This is the type of cases that grading companies use, and they'll have an added edge here. You can actually buy grading cases yourself if you want. And these ones here I really liked because they're magnetic. So these are going to be holding my Stan Lee, X-Men, and Wolverine, and I really like that. So all my comic books, sometime in the future, I'll break out all my comic books and show you what I'm talking about. Me and my buddy Jeff, we grew up together, and we collected comic books, video game cards, or I mean Marvel cards, you know. And DC wasn't the big thing, it was Marvel. So I have some comic books that are exceedingly rare, but the problem is I found out that some of them are not worth shit. Yeah. And I have some very old baseball cards from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And those baseball cards, most of them ain't worth shit. In fact, they're saying that these rookie cards, there's like some rookie ones from people we never even knew. Like, not Jose Canseco, not Nolan Ryan, not any of those people. It was some extremely, like, kid that came in and played for 1 year and then left. Those cards are worth a lot of money. I don't know. Go figure. I don't get it, right? Oh, he played baseball for 1 year and then his card's worth a lot of money? I have no idea how that works, but go figure. Anyways, get you some of these cases here. These are badass, and I'm definitely going to have to say that if you have a Nintendo Power #1, put it the hell away now. You're very slim on that. I own 4 copies now, and they're all getting put the hell away in stuff like this. Even though I was going to whip them out, but to dig everything out for the video, I really don't care. If you go look at one of my old videos, you'll see I have one of my old Nintendo Powers, and I go through a very similar situation talking about a very similar thing. But it's way old. It's like 2 years old. So, anyways, what I have to say, Nintendo Power #1, you guys better be putting that shit away, sealing it up. If you get it graded, you got lucky. Like I said, that's teetering around an 8 due to the condition that it's in. All the pages inside, everything's like perfect. And like mine, I have feathered ends and all kinds of stuff on all of mine. Mine I have them, but there's always something wrong. And I found the back page was ripped. I was so upset about that. It drove me to find a decent copy. Only for the fact that if you have one of this kind of condition here, you're looking at anywhere from $500 to over $1,000, and if it's graded, it's going to be like $2,000 to $3,000. It's just like Pokemon cards. By the way, I was going to put my Pokemon cards out here. I have first edition Pokemon cards. The problem is putting all the Holy Grails into one picture. The screen is only so big. So, if you guys have any questions, there will be a lot of future videos on all the games and all that stuff, because before I die, I'm going to document every one of these damn games, and that's like part of my mission. Also, a future video you guys are really going to love. We're going to be covering all kinds of like modded Nintendo 64 games. And it's just badass. We're going to be covering how you can play classic Pokemon and all kinds of other modded Nintendo 64 games. But it doesn't stop there. So there's so much going on. Hope you guys take care of your collection. You know I'm going to. But if you guys got some games, even if they are in your mom's basement, you better dig them out and seal them up now, because just a copy of Gauntlet goes for $100 without box, without anything. Just a copy of the original Gauntlet. You know, I mean, just like, good God, man, you know. But if you figure, if you go out to eat, it costs like $100, don't it? So, is it really any different, you know? But just think, these things will not last forever. So you're going to find an influx happen, where all of us gamers are going to get rid of our old shit. However, I'm not one of those. I'm giving it to the damn kid. So get lucky. A lot of people are selling off their stuff. Hence, Bad Larry. Some people are like, I'm selling my stuff. Well, Sucks to be you guys. I'm buying it up and saving it up. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Drop it down in the link below. I can tell you the best place to find some of this stuff if you're looking. And please subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.